Attention Bears Nation! Brace yourselves! Because TREY HENDRICKSON, one of the most lethal pass rushers in the NFL, could be on his way to Soldier Field. The stats don't lie, 17.5 sacks over the last 2 seasons. Pair him with Montez Sweat, and they could become the most feared duo in the entire league. But hold on, there's more! Kyler Gordon is at a crossroads that could shake the foundations of this team. With 75 tackles and multiple fumble recoveries under his belt, yet his contract situation has the entire fan base holding its breath. And just when you thought it couldn't get better, boom! Princely Umanmielen is absolutely owning the Senior Bowl, and the Bears are showing serious interest. 6 feet 5 inches tall, 255 pounds of pure chaos that could completely transform our defensive line. You don't want to miss a second of these explosive developments. Hit like, subscribe, and click that notification bell, because this is just the beginning. The 2025 season could be a historic one for the Chicago Bears. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Are we really talking about the possibility of bringing TREY HENDRICKSON to Chicago? Let me tell you something. Look, the situation is crystal clear. The Bears have a serious pass rush problem. And you know what? I'll tell it to you straight. Montez Sweat is basically out there all by himself. 5.5 sacks as the team leader? Are you kidding me? This is unacceptable for a franchise like the Chicago Bears. But here's where it gets interesting, and I'm telling you this, TREY HENDRICKSON is available. 17.5 sacks, did you hear that? 17.5 sacks in back-to-back seasons. This guy is a quarterback hunter, plain and simple. Now, let me ask you something, why are the Bengals playing this risky game? Duke Tobin's out here saying they can't pay top dollar at every position. Come on! When you have a player of this caliber, you find a way to make it work. Here's what I think, and listen up, because this is important. Ryan Poles has a golden opportunity here. The Bears have the cap space, and they've got draft picks to leverage. 2 second-rounders? A second and a fourth? Pull the trigger already. Can you imagine Sweat and Hendrickson on the edges of our defensive line? I'm telling you right now, that wouldn't just be an upgrade, it'd be a complete overhaul of our defense. And here's my take, so pay attention, the Bears can't afford to play it safe. The window to contend is right now. Whether it's with Justin Fields or the number 1 pick, we need an elite defense, and Hendrickson instantly puts us in that conversation. Now, my question for you, Bears family, would you sacrifice a 2nd and a 4th round pick for a proven elite NFL pass rusher, or would you gamble on a rookie in the draft? Bears Nation family, stop what you're doing and listen up. Because what I'm about to say about Kyler Gordon is something you need to hear, and you're going to hear it right now. Look, I've been breaking down every play, every moment, every decision Gordon made during this 2024 season, and let me tell you something, it's complicated. And do you want to know why? Because this guy is like a roller coaster of talent. Let's get into the numbers, because the numbers don't lie. 75 tackles, a personal best. 3 fumble recoveries, impressive. But here's what's been keeping me up at night, 0 interceptions. Did you hear that? 0! After snagging 5 in his first 2 seasons. What happened there, Kyler? I need answers. And I have to ask, is this what we expected from a 3rd-year cornerback? Let me tell you something, and maybe you won't like hearing it, but someone's got to say it. Gordon is walking a fine line between being good and being great, and in the NFL, that line just isn't enough. But wait! Here's where it gets fascinating. His PFF stats tell a compelling story, 76 in defense, 13th out of 118 quarterbacks. 76 in coverage, also 13th. And you know what that tells me? It tells me the talent is there, but he needs more consistency. And now, pay attention to this. His last 2 games of the season. Wow! Against Seattle, 92.5 in defense, 92.8 in coverage. Absolutely dominant. Against Green Bay at Lambeau, 83.2 in defense, 87.5 in coverage. Spectacular! And you know what that tells me? That this guy can be elite when he decides to show up. But here's my concern, and I'm telling you this face to face, Gordon is heading into the final year of his contract. $4.448 million in 2025. The Bears could save $3.57 million if they cut him before June. So, let me ask you this, are we seriously considering that? Really? Let's be clear, Gordon has exceptional nickel versatility, has shown steady improvement in tackles, has proven he can force fumbles, has performed at an elite level in key moments, and is only 24 years old. 24. He's just getting started. Yes, there are some inconsistencies with interceptions, and that 71.9% reception rate allowed in coverage raises some doubts, but are those really enough reasons to have second thoughts? What really worries me, Bears family, is this: in today's NFL, where nickel cornerbacks are becoming increasingly vital, do we really want to risk losing a player who's showing flashes of greatness? Do we really want to take that chance? Let me tell you something, and write this down: if the Bears don't extend Gordon right now, some other team will next year, and will regret it. You know why? Because in this league, young, versatile talent like this isn't growing on trees. Here's my final take: if Gordon continues to improve, especially building off those last 2 games, his value is only going to skyrocket. And you know what that means? Now is the time to lock him in. So, my question for you, Bears Nation, what would you do with Kyler Gordon? Extend him right now? Let him play out his final year? Cut him before June? Or look for a trade? Bears Nation family, get ready because this is important. We have breaking news coming out of the Senior Bowl, and you're not going to believe what's going down. Want to know what the Bears are up to in Alabama? Let me tell you something, they're hunting for a predator. And not just any predator, they've got their sights set on princely Umanmielen, and here's why this matters. Check out these numbers and tell me you're not fired up. 68 sacks allowed in 2024, the worst in the league. Only 40 sacks on defense, and most of those came from blitzes. Are you going to tell me that's acceptable? It's not. And now Dennis Allen, our new defensive coordinator, is saying he wants to get aggressive. Of course he needs to be aggressive. And you know who could be the answer? This guy Umanmielen, and I'm going to tell you why. Listen to this. 6'5", 255 pounds of raw talent. And do you know what he's doing at the Senior Bowl? He's dominating. Offensive tackles can't handle him. His technique is outstanding. And guess what? He's already met with the Bears. But here's what gets me fired up. This kid isn't just a defensive end, he's versatile. He's saying he can play defensive tackle in certain packages. Sound familiar? Like DeMarcus Walker. That's exactly what we need. Want to see the numbers? Here they are. 37 total tackles, 10.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble in his final college season. 25.5 sacks in his college career. And check this out, 17.5 of those sacks came in his last 2 seasons. He's getting better when it counts. Now let me tell you something else, and this is crucial. Bleacher Report projects him as a second rounder. And you know what I think? He could be a steal. A first-team All-SEC guy in 2024, and he's only 22 years old. Here's my take, Bears family, the Bears need this kind of talent. And you know what really impresses me? His mindset. Listen to what he said, if you get off the ball fast, good things will happen. That's the attitude we need. But here's my question for you, should the Bears use their second-round pick on Umanmielen, or is it too big of a gamble? Bears family, your opinions are more important than ever right now. Big decisions are on the horizon for our team, and I want to hear from you. Would you trade valuable picks for an elite pass rusher, or would you bet on young talent in the draft? Our defense needs answers, and your voice matters. When it comes to our secondary, Kyler Gordon is the topic on everyone's mind. What's your move? Extend him, trade him, or let him play out his final year? His future could shape our defense. And talking about the draft, do you see Umanmielen as a lock in the second round, or is the risk too high? Let me know what you think. Bears Nation, you're the heart of this community. If you aren't already part of the family, now is the time to join. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell, and dive into the most passionate Chicago Bears conversations around. Drop your comments below. Every opinion counts and helps build this community. Remember, we're more than fans, we're family. See you in the next video. Bear down!